A mainstream crisis of confidence in a 500 plus trillion dollar economy, a micro crisis of confidence in the crypto economy. A year ago, all these things were kind of under the surface, and they've all kind of come to the surface in the last 12 months, and every one of them's been brutal. What's happened in the last 2 weeks? Massive Bitcoin rally. Why? Well, I think that if you just put all that into your synthesizer and you say, what do I trust? What am I willing to invest my money in? Where's my safe haven with all this anxiety?
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have the CEO of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, sharing his insights on why Bitcoin is gaining popularity and why the recent rally is only the beginning. Saylor says that with traditional investment ideas failing to perform as well as they did, investors are seeking alternative options amidst mainstream economic uncertainty. Bitcoin, with its ability to provide a safe haven for investors during times of stress, is increasingly becoming the go-to choice. Saylor notes that those who previously invested in stablecoins or alternative cryptocurrencies are now turning to Bitcoin, as they realize those options are riskier than anticipated. According to Saylor, Bitcoin is a secure investment due to its lack of counterparty risk and its resilience through all the crypto market catastrophes that have happened so far. Let's get right to the interview with Michael Saylor as he gives us the latest update on Bitcoin. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content we do here. Let's get right into the video.
If the question is, why is Bitcoin rallying? The answer is, every other idea for investment seems like a pretty bad idea right now, Scott. And everybody that understands Bitcoin really well, that also had their money in altcoins or stable coins or other investment ideas, or if you're a crypto VC or you're a stable coin holder or you're a whatever, you're thinking, well, that is more risky than I thought it was, and it didn't work out as well as I thought it would. And so what do I know that I can run to in times of stress? It's Bitcoin. And the safe haven is simple. It's Bitcoin the asset, Bitcoin the network, right? Those two things are a safe haven. Bitcoin the asset is the safest currency, the safest investment asset I can find because it lacks counterparty risk. And because all of the 11 meltdowns I mentioned in the crypto market, all 11 of those catastrophes have not stopped Bitcoin from functioning. It has survived them all. And so I sense in the crypto community, Scott, a grudging respect growing over the past 12 months for Bitcoin. If you roll the clock back 12 months ago, there are a lot of people that just, the trolls said, oh, it's boomer coin. I'm not going to say who, but many people said it will be irrelevant in 5 years. It's the last thing. It's aged tech. And I think that what they realized is that when there's infinite money and the regulators are not active and the politicians aren't noticing you, then you can have a lot of fragile structures. We had a lot of fragile, overly complicated Rube Goldberg devices in the crypto industry, Terra Luna being the most famous example, that they kind of flew, and then as soon as there's pressure on them, you just realize they're unstable. They're too complicated. Maybe they're good ideas, but they're implemented in an unstable fashion or irresponsible fashion or non-compliant fashion. And when scrutiny comes to them, they're going to collapse. And all of the bankrupt entities, right? BlockFi was a good idea, but it was unstable. Celsius, unstable, right? All these things unstable. They all collapsed. But in their defense, would be all fractional reserve banks, right? If you're collecting $100 billion in deposits that you have to deliver on 1 day notice back to the depositor or 1 hour notice, and if you're turning around and lending it out for 30 years and a fixed mortgage rate security, that was a bit fragile. And of course, if you went and you bought bonds with it that had a 10 or 20 year duration, that was also unstable. So what we're seeing is a lot of overly complicated schemes to generate yield collapse under this kind of stress. So I think people realize maybe Bitcoin's not such a bad idea, like no yield and no counterparty risk. And, Satoshi's not around to embarrass us, right? I mean, there's a point to this, which is if there's a attack surface, whatever it is, whether it's a founding team, whether it's an entity, whether it's a corporation, whether it's a yield protocol, all these attack surfaces, if they can be attacked, they will be attacked.
Saylor highlights Bitcoin's status as a decentralized protocol as a reason for its growing prominence in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. He says this aspect of Bitcoin makes it reliable and trustworthy, especially in a world where banks and regulators can be hostile.
When BUSD is not available to me, and when Silvergate and Signature are not available to me, and I need to settle on the weekend, I'm driven from those stable coins into Tether. But then if I start to get worried about Tether, what am I going to do? I'm going to go back to old school. And old school was Bitcoin was the unit of account in the crypto economy, right? Tether and stable coins made the US dollar the unit of account in the crypto economy. But I think we see people reverting back to Bitcoin as unit of account. Bitcoin is the reserve asset of the crypto ecosystem. Bitcoin is the safe haven asset. And this is being pounded into people's heads. So some of the money is the crypto assets that are looking for the safe haven. And as you get anxiety about everywhere else, you kind of run to Bitcoin because Bitcoin's not going to screw you. Bitcoin doesn't have a management team to take advantage of you, and it doesn't matter who you are. Don't trust me. You shouldn't trust any politician or any business person anywhere in the world. You should trust a protocol. The one thing I'm reasonably sure of, is that the number 9 will be interpreted to mean 9 by billions of people in a year. And the word love and the word hate will be interpreted to be love and hate by a billion English speakers in a year. And 1 BTC equals 1 BTC, and I can run my node. People got bored with Bitcoin and in the crypto world, and they started thinking it's boring, I missed the boat, and they stopped appreciating the beauty and the simplicity of a protocol. And now I think they're rediscovering it. And I think you see that with the crypto entrepreneurs. I think you see that with Cointelegraph. I think you see that with CoinDesk. I think you see that on the cover of Bloomberg Crypto. I think you see that in the mainstream media. There's a grudging respect and an acknowledgement that maybe Bitcoin is not such a bad idea. Maybe Bitcoin is not boomer coin. Maybe Bitcoin is a good idea.
Saylor mentions yield generation on investments and points out that other cryptocurrencies' complicated schemes to generate yield have collapsed under stress, and highlights the value of Bitcoin's simplicity. He believes that Bitcoin's popularity is on the rise, as it is easy to understand and is considered a safe haven asset, unlike complicated investment options that have failed. With traditional finance struggling to keep up with the ever-changing economic landscape and many of the issues that were once under the surface coming to the forefront in the past few years, cryptocurrency is proving to be a viable alternative. Saylor says that with Bitcoin providing stability and security in uncertain times, it's no wonder why it's fast becoming a top choice for investors worldwide. What do you think about Michael Saylor's perspective on Bitcoin in 2023 and where the crypto market is headed? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.